Hello, the scenario that I chose is scenario 5, which talks about the story of Dominique Baptiste. She is a 14-year-old girl from Barbados who recently moved in with her grandmother, um, who is 45 years old. They moved in from Barbados to the US 3 months ago. So it's fairly safe to say that they're new to the country. Um, Dominique was diagnosed HIV positive, and she's also pregnant and was not sure how far it was she until she went to the hospital for some bleeding, and they found out that she is basically in labor. And so with tests, they found out that she was HIV positive, and so they believe that um, they um, that the baby could also contract the virus, given that she hadn't received any prenatal care prior to her emergency visit. And she also has very limited support, and her grandmother suffers from an alcoholic addiction, which prevents her from keeping a consistent job and providing a stable household. Dominique has very limited support. She only has her grandmother with her. So the first agency I chose, I will be talking about is the Nebraska AIDS Project, or NAP. Nebraska AIDS Project is a nonprofit organization. NAP focuses on HIV STD testing, client services, education and prevention, linkage to care, support groups, and advocacy. All these services are free of charge, which is amazing because there's a lot of folks out there without insurance and can benefit from this service. They provide services through walk-in or by appointment, and they're all over Nebraska, including Omaha, Lincoln, Norfolk, Kearney, and Scottsbluff. I feel like Dominique would benefit from government agencies such as Medicare, WIC, food stamps, given that she has a very limited support system, and her only support system cannot hold a consistent job due to her alcohol addiction. I think the grandmother would also benefit from therapy or Alcoholic Anonymous. A caseworker should be able to direct services to the patient. I can probably assume that Dominique may need help in getting started on all those processes of receiving government assistance. One World Community Health Centers actually provides low-cost services. One World serves typically underserved communities, and they have what is called a sliding scale, which bases their cost on your income. So you could owe as little as nothing depending on your income. They help in applying with Medicaid, food stamps, and they have their own WIC on site. So I think it's very important for this family to utilize this service to the best of their ability. Anyone who I feel like is experiencing low income or pregnant can benefit from this service. The next program I want to share is a program where Dominique's grandmother can benefit from. Due to her alcohol addiction, she's unable to hold a consistent job, which in turn she struggles financially. Valley Hope Addiction Treatment and Recovery could possibly help grandma with controlling her addiction. Valley Hope offers an outpatient treatment program that can provide her with quality drug addiction treatment while still living in her home, and they're flexible in that aspect. They provide individual and tailored services to each patient. They offer small group therapy, family therapy, addiction education, and can also help you in preventing to relapse. Valley Hope can be found in 7 different states, including Nebraska, particularly here in Omaha and O'Neill. Anyone who's struggling with a drug or addiction can be referred to Valley Hope, and they accept most insurance and private insurances and have flexible payment plans. The next thing I want to show you is my eco map. I just want to briefly show you that Dominique and Grandma are 14 and 45 years old. Dominique is HIV positive, pregnant, and in labor. She has very limited support, and her baby's father actually lives back in Barbados, who's also 18 himself. And Grandma is an individual who struggles with alcoholism and minimal income, and they're both bilingual, particularly in English and French. Dominique goes to middle school. She attends the 8th grade. She has received services at the emergency department, given that she wasn't sure that she was pregnant and actually is in labor. They are suggesting a high-risk delivery, so that's what she's going through. And I listed the NAP, Nebraska AIDS Project, which specializes in HIV STD care, case managing, and linkage to care, to be a few, and also one role that can provide WIC services, primary care services, and Medicare, Medicaid program assistance. Transitioning to into the US, this means that both Grandma and Dominique are transitioning into the US while dealing with all of these issues. I think it's very important to highlight how much of a stressful position that they must be in both. Grandma can benefit from Valley Hope with alcohol treatment and outpatient services. She also has a job which she cannot hold consistently. So I think, and also she does care for Dominique, so she's her primary guardian. So, she also attended the emergency department. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you guys have a great day.